It's the hot hits with Nick and Lauren. Finally, we locked him down. Hazlett's in the building.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you going?
It's good. It's been a while since I've been back in Australia, so I'm very happy. Mum's very happy that I'm back, so
I
that's
bet.
nice.
How long has it been?
2 years since I've been back.
How does that make you feel about your connection to the country? Like, do you have a home anymore? Do you feel?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. It doesn't get used very much. I think I was doing the math last year, and I was on the road for 201 days out of the year. I was like, no wonder I miss my apartment and fresh clothes and things like that. So, but no, I definitely, I feel uncomfortable. I'm up in Sweden mainly at the moment, but I definitely feel uncomfortable saying home when I say Sweden. So I still say, I was about to break into like a Qantas slogan of still call Australia home, but I kind of do. Yeah.
Yeah. There's that feeling when you fly in, you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
As soon as the Brisbane humidity hit me, I was
Oh,
like,
God.
there we go. I'm back.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Back, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Yes.
humidity over there.
Yeah.
What's got you in the part of the world that you are spending most of your time? What's gravitated you towards there?
I mean, to be honest, the main thing, I tried forever trying to get my foot in with Australia and things like that.
I know,
And
yeah.
just couldn't get ahead anywhere. And I think I realized, that's not necessarily a bad thing, might just be bad timing and things like that. So Sweden, Stockholm in particular, is a big music city. So I moved up to start writing songs for other people to help fund my music. And then I was just lucky enough where enough people started listening to mine where I got to stop writing DJ top lines that I didn't really care about.
Turn the beat up.
Yeah, I was like, these lyrics are not fulfilling my life as much as I thought they would. So yeah, and then I met the very first person I met up there. His name's Freddie, and we've recorded in all my songs together ever since. So he's almost like a silent band member at
That's
this point.
awesome, man. I'm so glad you found your people.
Yeah. Speaking of lyrics fulfilling your life, I don't know if it's just my life situation right now, but I was listening to last night. You said you missed me all this morning.
Are you okay?
No.
Excellent.
No, I'm not.
She comes in, she's like, fuck, do we have to talk to Hazlett today?
I was like, my God. I'm like semi-recently single. Like
Congrats.
I'm always, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm telling my mum I'm fine.
Yeah.
I was like, it was like one of those albums that you put it on, you're in the car, you like have that moment where you're just in a movie and you're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just really resonated with me. What was the process in that? Did it feel so vulnerable to put that kind of music out?
I got into singing and writing my own songs really late. I was about 27, which for most musicians is, pretty late, I guess. And then I think because of that, I don't know, when you hit like 30, I think you stop caring about a lot of things. Like your back hurts, your knee hurts. You're like, I don't have time to worry about other stuff. So like worrying too much or trying to, I guess, cater to things became like, I was like, I don't have the energy to do this. So it would just be writing what's going on in my life, what am I feeling, and not really having a filter, I guess, about it. So it's like, yeah, I did want to like complain to my mum or have some reassurance from my mum. I think that's all right. And yeah, just trying to like, I don't know, recall and lean on stuff that's happened to me. And yeah, I think very early on, I was definitely caught up in, oh, what do people want to hear from me? What should I write about? Oh, that's too on the nose, or that's way too personal. And now it's just like, oh, I don't really care. Like this happened and I'm just going to write about it and hopefully it resonates with people. And yeah, it seems like it's kind of doing that, which I guess is the biggest compliment you can get.
I mean, it's so authentic. And I think that's what a lot of people that listen to this kind of music, that's what they kind of crave, that authenticity and being able to relate to it so hard. Like immediately I was just,
I have a theory that when you try and do what you think people want to hear, that's when you get stuck in the mud, and that's when you get lost in the middle.
For sure.
When you actually strip it all back and do what you want and do what is true to you and only you, that's when the good shit happens. And that's when people actually find a way in to connect with the music. Did you see like the almost immediate correlation of those two things?
No, like I was, the good thing is like, because I got into, like I was saying, got into music late, I didn't have the time to, do like, I guess the bedroom thing of like writing songs in my bedroom and like perfecting them and getting the right thing done. I just started putting out music straight away and seeing what happened. So it's like the first album was me figuring things out. The second one was me going way too far the other end of what I wanted to do with music wise. And then now we've reached a point where I've like equaled out in the middle. And I don't know, in a weird way, I'm trying not to recognize any kind of outside people recognizing it and things like that. But it is like really endearing and like the biggest compliment you can get. So I'm trying to just ignore stuff
Yeah.
for the most part.
You have to not let it feed you, though. Like, you've got to let the genuine enjoyment of the process and actually doing the stuff do it. I want to go back a second to the fact that you moved to Sweden to write songs for others and then almost accidentally fell back into it. And because of what you said about Australia, and it's a conversation we have with a lot of Australian artists, and a conversation that personally I'm trying to understand a lot more about, is why we aren't enough of a breeding ground for people in this country. For you and only you, your personal experience, what do you think the barriers were for you in this country breaking out of here into the rest of the world?
I think there was always a thing I always felt where certain bands and musicians got big overseas and then Australia claimed them as their own, like things like Temper Trap and things like, they did really well over in the UK, they moved over, they did music and they came home. I think it gets really, I don't know, I don't want to say cliquey, but it does feel like a small batch of artists do really well in Australia, and if you're not in that small batch, it's really hard to break through. And I think just with music in general, like this sounds very mathematical, and I guess like music industry, I mean, but like if you think of it as like your music is like a pie, it's like a lot of countries and regions have different, shares of what that is. And I kind of started when I was traveling and things like that, I saw there'd be a band who could make just a living touring in Germany but not be known anywhere else. And that was always the goal for me. It was like, okay, if I can do what I love and make music and, I can just tour in this one country, like that's enough. If there's food on the table and occasionally like a nice bottle of wine from time to time, like that's kind of the goal in life. And I thought for the longest time that it had to be Australia, like that's where I'm from, it needs to be that. But I kind of like just took a risk and went overseas. And, even friends of mine that are artists back here, they started reaching out to me as well, to be like, oh, how did you do it? How did you go overseas? And I was like, what do you mean? You're in Australia, you play all these festivals that I've always wanted to play, and you get played in all these places. They're like, it's just not enough to sustain a lifestyle in music where they can, afford to get by. And I think that's kind of the scary thing, that you need a lot to get by. In making music, it's just kind of not from the outside looking in, just about, oh, you got a couple plays here and off you go laughing your way to the bank. It's like, no, it's tough out there. A lot of things need to happen and happen at the right time.
100%. Is it gratifying then to come back and play the shows you've been playing and sell out venues like the Corner Hotel? Is it gratifying? Is there a frustration involved in that it takes till now for that to happen for you? Or what's the feeling?
It's weird. I mean, we played Brisbane, so that was the hometown show the other night. And I was expecting, mum, dad, and all the tickets they bought for family friends to come along. But it was nice seeing that, that was the number of people I knew in that room was outweighed by the people that I didn't. Yeah. And I've had a friend send a photo like, there's a line around the corner. I was like, why? I'm like,
the set times are online.
I was like, I'm not playing till 9, and also why are they here? But yeah, I don't know. I have I got no resentment towards Australia at all. It's like I've always wanted to come back and play here, and I don't know. I'm very risk adverse at times, which is weird saying someone that moved overseas to try and do music for a living. But I just assume that it's me and my mum in my top Spotify listeners, and that's it.
And that's fine, isn't it?
Yeah, that is just fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is gratifying in a way to come home and people, I know it sounds very sentimental, but care. It's because for the longest time I felt like no one did care in a weird way.
What venue did you play in Brisbane?
Princess Theatre.
Beautiful.
Yeah, super lovely place.
Yeah, good spot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. When you walk into kind of almost familiar surroundings and, you're smelling that air and you're feeling that humidity, and it would kind of be like putting a comfortable blouse on.
Yeah, it's
blouse?
Very blouse adjacent, I would say, in terms of going to these venues.
Substitute blouse for any garment you like.
I mean, a blouse is flowy, it's comfortable.
I'd love to wear a blouse. I'd love it.
It would
if it was
suit
bit
a
more.
blouse.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I've always said this. What are you excited about for the rest of the year, man? Because, it feels like, if you're starting the year, coming back to Australia, doing this, seeing the people you love, you've now got this kind of, regrounding here. And now it's like, cool, I've kind of got the rest of the year to, be my oyster. So what's on the cards? If there were 210 shows last year, what's on the cards this year?
It sounds very, a bit of a contradiction, but 2 years ago I made a promise to myself. I had a long-term partner. We split up. She was back here and I was over in Sweden. I was traveling and trying to tour and make it in music, it was near impossible to juggle the two things. So we went our separate ways, and I was like, cool, this next 2 years, I'm going to do every show I can do. I'm going to play everywhere I can play and see where I get there in the end. And now we're kind of reached the end of that 2 year point, and I've done a lot. Like I've gotten further than I thought I would. But also there's a lot that I've missed out on during that time. Like, I've had no personal life. My nephews are growing up really quick. I see like celebrities passing away that are my parents' age, and I'm like, I would like to spend more time at home and see them. So in a weird way, it's like taking time off, or at least slowing down and doing more things that I guess you should do at this point in life. So the first half of this year, it's about making more music. If it comes to me, I'm not going to try and rush it or anything like that. And then, I've kind of left the rest of the year open-ended at this point, which sounds like stupid in a weird way that I got to this point, but I'm just trying to be more realistic and honest with, I think I was saying the other day, you set goals that you want to get to, and sometimes you get there and you're like, that was good, but maybe there's some other stuff like I should have done.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a really good plan because, and now you've got a fan base there that's solidified, that's going to line up around the corner for you hours before the show. They're there, and they will respect what you want to do in terms of the way that you.
Part of me is terrified that all this thing that I built, that TikTok generation, all that kind of stuff. People like, I'll disappear for 6 months and then I'll come back and be like, hey guys, I'm back, and they're like, sorry.
Nah, but one of your songs from previous could get picked up on TikTok, and all of a sudden you're the new it in a bit. Like it's such a strange industry now, and I think your music will always be there, and there'll always be new fans coming through all the time.
Yeah,
you don't have to be have the pressure.
Yeah,
you've earned it.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I think also we think of this generation as being vapid, and they've only got 2 seconds for this and they're on to the next thing. But when we're all human beings. When we latch onto something that actually means something to us, we stay with that for a while. Yes, we can be, flicking through things every 2 seconds, but when something actually resonates, like you spend time with it still. We're not all dumb. Like we can.
I didn't say that.
I heard you say that nearly 90 seconds ago. But that's what excites me about, I think young fans are way more intelligent than a lot of people give them credit for. And the TikTok generation is just doing what we've done in different ways before, which is searching for something that we connect with and searching for some dopamine hit.
They just need to have a video that goes with it that's about their own life.
That's right. Yeah, where something changes every 1.5 seconds and someone's holding a highlighter for a microphone because otherwise you'll flick through to the next thing.
Yeah.
That's my rant.
Okay, he's got some issues he needs to deal with too.
I'll write a song about it, don't worry.
Thank you so much. You've got one for Lauren and now one for... It's been lovely to connect today, man. I remember Ash London was a massive proponent of you early on, and I worked on her show 6 years ago, and now we do her show. And so it feels like very full circle. Like I remember having to get the audio for your songs whenever she wanted to play them and put them in the system, and then I'd press the button when they were about to play. And now I get to host the show. So it's like a really cool full circle. I love
this.
I love it, man. Thank you so much for coming in.
Appreciate it. Thank you.